Money, money, money. It seems that if you live in the Western world, it's very difficult to live without money. But how many arguments are there about money? How many challenges do we have if we haven't got enough money? Have you ever had an argument or a fight with somebody about not having enough money? Have you ever been stressed about not having enough money? And wouldn't it be nice to live a life where you could not only just pay your lousy, stinking, rotten bills, but money wasn't controlling your life? So if you wanted to invest money into something that was going to add value to your life, you didn't have to be too concerned about what the price tag was, because you could invest in it. And I'm asking all of those questions because if you choose your own hours, be your own boss, have your own business, work with the people that you want to work with, go on holidays when you want to go on holidays, shouldn't the overall outcome of that be that you earn the amount of money that you want to earn? And I'll go a bit of a step further than that. Should the money be the first thing? A lot of people say to me, Rowie, it's not about the money. I just want to help people. I want to be doing something that I really love to do, and I wouldn't do it for the money. And I absolutely passionately agree. I have never ever thought in my lifetime, I want to be an exercise professional so I can earn lots of money, or I want to be able to help lots of people so I can earn lots of money. Having studied the people who are multi-millionaires, who started successful companies and are literally financially free and will always be that way, most of those people, it was never about the money either. It was about creating something of value to share with the world. And is it possible that if you have a product or service that adds value to people's lives, and I always ask, will it help to make people healthier, fitter, stronger, happier, feel more secure, have more fun, all the things that add value to our lives? If we want to invest in that, and of course we all do, because it's never about the money really, is it? Money is either, and now it's not even money, we don't have dollars and coins very often anymore. It's about a transfer of air really from one bank account to another, and it just comes up in a number on your bank statement. But without it, how do we live our lives effectively? And if we don't have money, how can we help anybody? And that's the question that I always ask. When people say to me, Rowie, it's not about the money, should the money come first? Because if you're broke, if your business isn't profitable, if you aren't earning the amount of money that you need to earn to be able to pay your bills and or live your life, then you can't keep doing what you're doing. We literally live in a Western world, or any part of the world really, where being able to show that we have an income has become very important. Would that be fair? So if you're going to have your own business, how do you make sure that, and there's obviously a fine line there, because if you focus on the money, then your customers and clients aren't particularly interested in doing business with you either. Would that be fair? I don't want to help her increase her bank account. I don't want to make sure that she can go on holidays when she wants to go on holidays. But if your product or service is putting something into my life that's going to add value to my life, then I want to invest my hard-earned money into your product or service, and then we have a fair exchange of goods and services for money. And I think that's a really special thing to consider. What value does my product or service put into somebody's life so that they want to invest money into me? And what can we do with our money? And I think this is another really important thing that we often, if you're going into business, a lot of people often share with me, how much should I charge, or should I compete with other people on price, or what's, how much do I need to charge people for my product or service? That process is really simple, and I want to share with you that one of the biggest mistakes that exercise professionals make who go into their own business is that they forget this at the very start. So then they have to go back and fix it because they haven't really considered these next three numbers. So if you want to have a business that adds value to people's lives, is it possible that that business won't be there if you're not making any money? If it's not profitable, if there isn't cash flow, then you can't help the people, or you can't make people's lives better, even if you want to, because you're not making any money. So the three numbers to consider very carefully when it comes to the money. Number one is, how much do you want to earn? not how much everybody else is charging, not what a competitive price would be, not somebody tells you this is how much you should charge, or the reverse of that, which is, oh, you can't charge that much because no one will ever pay that. This is a really important personal thing for you to work out for yourself, and it's going to be different for everybody. How much does your life need? How many dollars? What's the money that your life needs to be for you to be living your life the way you want to live it? So you don't have to struggle. You don't have to be concerned about where the next dollar's coming from. You don't have to wait till the next paycheck comes in because we've run out of money. How much is that for you? And what's really interesting is there's an amount now, because at the moment you're living with an amount of money that makes your life tick over. Would that be fair? So it might not be the way you want to live your life, but if you're currently covering your expenses, there is an amount of money at the moment that you can live on. The interesting thing though is that there's another amount that's probably more important and or more exciting, which is how do you really want to live your life? And rather than saying I can get by with this, or I can just struggle to live my life with this amount of money, some things to consider. How often do you want to go on holidays? What kind of house do you want to live in? What's the way that you want to travel? Is it by bicycle? Is it in a car? Is it on public transport? If you're going to be flying, would you like to fly business class? If you've got children, have you considered what private school might be, or if you have to choose a school that's going to, and even if it's a public school, there's uniforms and books and excursions and lots of different expenses that come with sending children to school. What about tutors? What about sporting equipment? What about musical instruments? The things that if you really wanted to give your children an amazing, awesome experience as they grow up, what's the dollar value on that? Because every dream, every goal literally has a price tag. And it's funny because nobody seems to want to talk about the money. But if you want to live a life where you don't have to worry about money, you don't have to be struggling for money, could it be important to set a goal for how much money you need to put into your life to make sure that you can experience all the things that you want to experience? So how much do you need to earn at the moment to cover what your job might be giving you at the moment if you want to start your own business? And then what's the amount of money that as your life expands, as you dream bigger, what do you want to put into your life? And should your business be the thing that gives you the cash flow, the income to be able to do that? So how much do you need to earn now? What would you like to earn in the future? Because that's the very first important number. The next important number, of course, is what are your expenses going to be? And you might not know that yet, depending on what business you're going into. And of course, if you're going into an exercise business, you can start your business with no money at all. It's very easy to do that, and that's what your Max program is all about. We will give you the skills, tools, and knowledge to start whatever kind of business you want to start, whether you've got no money or whether you've got an enormous budget. So some people start off as a mobile exercise professional and they walk to their clients' homes and they don't use any equipment. And there's other people who start their business with a bank loan or a venture capitalist investment and they have a big health club straight up and it's millions of dollars to get started and everything in between. So yes, of course, we can help you do that. So the kind of business that you want to go into, the question is, what will the expenses be? And you might not know that. And again, that's what your personal coaching and mentoring is all about, to make sure that you cover off all of those, or you can tick all of those boxes. Yes, I've got money for marketing. I've got money for equipment if I need it. I've got money for the electricity. I've got money for the lease or the mortgage repayment. There are going to be some expenses in your business. So how much do you want to earn, and then what will your expenses be? So there's the first two numbers, really important. And what you then do is add those two numbers together and divide them by the third number, which is how many hours do you want to invest into your business every week, every month, or every year. Remembering that there's only 24 hours in every day, we all have that same number. There's 168 hours in a week, and of course some of those hours you need to be sleeping, you need to be eating, you need to be investing time with your family, your own exercise, your own sporting activities, your hobbies, your church, your musical instrument practice, whatever it is that you do. And the reason these three numbers are so important is, as a coach for people in business, one of the things that I often have to do further down the track is go back to those three numbers, because a lot of people start their business and they take on clients at times that it doesn't suit them. They charge an amount of money that isn't going to cover off their life expenses, and then they get some clients and then have to change their pricing structure, or they have to increase their prices, or they have to knock back their hours or increase their hours, and it becomes a little bit of a hassle further down the track. So really important when you're starting your business is those three numbers. How much do you need to put into your personal bank account every week, every month, or every year to make sure that you are going to live the life that you want to live? What are the expenses of your business, which is amount number 2, and then amount number 3 is the number of hours that you want to invest into your, and I would call it your life experience, but obviously your business, the thing you're going to do to make money. So that mathematical equation is how much do you want to earn, what are your expenses, add those two numbers together and divide those two numbers by the number of hours that you want to work. That now gives you how much you need to charge per hour, which is now very interesting because I'm going to use some round figures. Let's say it's $100 an hour. So you need to earn that every hour for the amount of hours that you want to work. And it's going to be different for everybody. So I'm just going to do a generalization as far as hours go and numbers and money goes, which is why, again, we have personal mentoring. So we can take you through this process for your lifestyle, for the money that you want to earn, for the hours that you want to work. It's a beautiful system to go through. But let's just do some general numbers. So let's say you need to earn $100 an hour to be able to earn the amount of money that you want to earn. So this is where marketing comes in and becomes very important. Because are there people who will invest $100 an hour into you if you are their personal exercise coach? And of course the answer is yes. It might mean that you've got to find 2 people who invest $50 an hour. So you've always got to make sure that your $100 an hour is covered off, whether it's with one person or 2 people, so you've got 2 half-an-hour sessions. It might be that you need 10 people paying $10 for an hour's class. That gives you your $100 an hour. But whatever way you leverage your time, whatever way you break that up, you've worked out that you have to earn $100 an hour to have the lifestyle that you want to have. If you don't earn that $100 an hour because you want to compete with somebody else, or somebody's trying to undercut you, or everybody's telling you that you can't charge $100 an hour, you will at some stage get to a point where you either don't have enough money, you don't have enough cash flow for your business to operate, or you just won't enjoy what you're doing because you're not earning the money that you need to earn. So those 3 numbers, it's a really simple process. How many hours do you want to work? How much money do you want to earn? And what are your expenses? And then start dreaming. Because what happens, that process will, if you have a product or service that adds value to people's lives, we market to those people that can afford the amount of money that you're going to charge, and they are available in the hours that you want to offer your services. And that, again, is a very specific target market. People say to me, Rowie, how do I work out my target market? That's really easy. How much are you going to charge, and when are you going to be offering your service? And the people that are available at that time with that amount of money become your target market. Now, you might add in their target market is somebody that you want to invest time with, so people that you really enjoy hanging out with. But the first 2 are pretty important, because you can't market to people. If you need to charge $100 an hour and you want to be a personal exercise coach for 1 hour and you need to charge $100, you can't be marketing to people who only have $20 an hour, and you can't be marketing to people who want to invest $500 an hour, because they'll be offended that you only charge $100, and the people that have only got $20 will just say, well, I can't afford that. But are there people that can afford the $100? And of course the answer is yes. We just have to market to them effectively. But we can't market yet until we know what that number is. So when you want to offer your service and how much it is that you want to charge. Now, where it becomes very exciting is, will that work? And of course the answer is yes, because it doesn't matter what business you're in. If your product or service adds value to people's lives, then of course your business will be successful. But the exercise profession is easy because our product or service is so incredibly valuable. Whether you have to charge $20 an hour or $50 an hour or $100 an hour or $500 an hour or $1,000 an hour, it doesn't matter. We have this product or service that makes people's lives better. Everything we do, if we do it safely and effectively and we don't waste people's time, will get people fitter and stronger. And with fitness and strength comes stronger and better self-esteem. A body that does stay young and strong for long. You have great hair, great skin, great nails. You fight germs, bugs, viruses and diseases. You burn food and calories and alcohol and chocolate and biscuits and food faster. So you're providing people with a body that becomes a high performance machine in every area of our lives. Our product it's the ultimate valuable product. We just have to work out how we're going to share it with the world and what we need to charge for our product so that it will add value to people's lives and it will add value to our lives, because there'll be a fair exchange of product and service for dollar value. So of course our product or service is simple to sell because it works. It just works. If we get people fit and strong safely and effectively, their life will be so much better and so much happier, and that every part of their life will be better. So that's a really easy thing. Will this work? Yes, of course it will work. We just have to customize, personalize and tailor your product or service, your business, the hours that you want to work into your lifestyle. And I'm going to ask the question again. Isn't that why we go into business? So we can choose our own hours, be our own boss, holiday when we want a holiday, invest time with the people that we want to invest time with, be proud of our product or service, be in control of our product or service, and ultimately earn the amount of money that's going to give us the lifestyle that we want at the time that we want it. Those two things are really exciting, because most people have to do a lousy, stinking, rotten job and get paid the amount of money that their boss says they can earn. And you don't have to do that. You're part of an education program that says, how much do you want to earn? How many hours do you want to invest into your business? And let's market your business to the people who will be available at that time and have that amount of money. And then that's when it becomes really exciting, because your business will be successful. That is a given. That's a guarantee. If you take on that process, your business will work. So now how do you want to live your life? And I want to give you a couple of really special examples. Have you ever been from the inside excited, motivated, inspired, passionate about a cause or wanting to help somebody? So it might be that there was a big bushfire in your country and people lost their homes and you wanted to donate money to that cause. It might be that you have a church or a spiritual or religious cause that you want to give money to. It might be that there's something going on in the world that you want to change, so you want to be able to give money to that. For me, it's the SPCA, the RSPCA. I really want to help animals. So my driving force through my whole entire career path has always been, how can I help animals? How can I rescue animals? How can I make animals' lives better? Wouldn't it be nice that every time you wanted to invest money in your cause, help people who need more money, be able to donate to your favourite charity or your cause, the thing that you're excited and inspired by, that you could? And that's what having money is all about. I call it freedom and choice. It's not about a transfer of numbers on a piece of, and it's not even a piece of paper anymore, a transfer of numbers on a computer screen. That's what money is now. But it's what money does for your life, the freedom and choice that it gives you. And if you had the freedom and choice to never have to worry about paying your bills, to never have to struggle for money, to never have to hope that you've got enough money to survive for the rest of the week or the rest of the month, wouldn't it be nice to now have the money to be able to add value to your world? And somebody shared this with me a very long time ago. It's very difficult to help people that have got no money if you've got no money either. And we live in a world where money is a driving force. And if you have a business that adds value to people's lives and it's profitable, you now have something that you can work with to be able to help people. So the first one is a charity or a cause. The next one I want to share with you is something personal. Have you ever wanted to do something special for somebody in your life? So have you ever wanted to give something to somebody that would make their life better? And I want to give you a personal example. My mother was in a retirement village, and the thing and it's called an old people's home for a reason, because old people go there and they tend not to come out. They go there to die. And my mother was living in a retirement village. My father had died in that retirement village. And then she was diagnosed with advanced osteoporosis, and she already had some heart challenges, and she had asthma, and she had type 2 diabetes, and she wasn't going in the right direction. So my mother came to visit us on the Gold Coast, and she thought she was coming on a holiday. And Kayman and I had this very, very special experience. We bought my mother an apartment on the Gold Coast, and my mother had lived a life of what I would call survival. So she lived through Nazi Germany, through the war, the Second World War. There was a time where she literally had no food. And my mother came out of that experience with I've got to hang on to everything that I've got headspace, because I might lose it. And have you ever experienced people where they keep everything for good? So my mother never had anything nice to use in her home because she kept everything for good. The nice glasses, the nice towels, the nice tablecloths, everything were in the cupboard to be used for good, to be used for later or to be used when the visitors came. And I wanted my mother to live the last part of her life with beautiful things and not keep them in the cupboard. So not only did we buy her a beautiful apartment by the ocean with a big pile of stairs, so she had to climb up the stairs for her heart and down the stairs for her bones, but we filled that apartment up with all brand new things. Everything from the cutlery to the bath mats in the toilet to her bed to the lounge suite. Everything was brand new. And my mother had come on holidays to the Gold Coast, as I shared, thinking she was on holidays. And the day that she was about to leave, we gave her an envelope. And in that envelope were the keys to the apartment that she thought was a holiday apartment, which was now her apartment. And I want you to imagine what that's like to be able to do that. My mother, who'd had such a horrible life and had in fact not just so few things, but there were so many times in my mother's life where she didn't have any food to eat, and now we had this beautiful experience of being able to buy her an apartment with all brand new things in it. That was pretty special. I would love for you to be able to do that for the people in your life, and it might not be your own personal family, it might be your next door neighbours, it might be somebody in another country, it might be somebody from your church, I don't know. But imagine having the financial means to be able to do that. And none of that comes from, I want to do this for the money. So that's where that fine line is. There's a big difference between running your business to make money versus having a business that adds value to people's lives so that people want to invest money into your business. And then what can you do with that money? Be aware that life does change, and the way you're living at the moment. So I always use this example. Let's say you're 18 years of age and you live at home with your parents. Your expenses may not be very high. You might have parents that don't charge you any money to live at home, or you might pay $50 a week board or $100 a week board. But that will change. And then there's a house mortgage, and there's maybe a new car, maybe there's holidays, maybe there's education, there's furniture for the house, there's children have expenses, and then you want to take your children on holidays, and it might be that you want to take your children and your parents all on holidays with you. And I'm sharing that because there are exercise professionals who have created beautiful businesses. They've become wealthy, they've become financially free because of their very successful exercise business, and now they have the financial means to really be able to do some special things for the world, for their family, for the people that they love and care about. And isn't that what life's all about? How do I put this? I would wish and hope for everybody that you don't have a lousy, stinking, rotten job to pay your lousy, stinking, rotten bills. I can't imagine that that's an exciting reason to get up and go to work. If you're getting up to go and do something that you're really passionate about, and that brings you a financial reward that you can then go and do exciting things with, isn't that a much a more beautiful example of how to live life? Imagine that again. You wake up doing something that you love, you get financially rewarded for that, so you can go and do all the things with that financial reward that will add even more value to your life and other people's lives. So start from the beginning. Please don't try and compete on price, because those 3 numbers that I gave you that you have to work out for yourself, they are different for everybody. And that's why it's just ridiculous to compete on price, because the people that you think if they're charging $50, I have to charge $50. Their expenses are different. Their lifestyle is different. Their goals and dreams are different to yours. You work out exactly what your life needs to look like financially, what the expenses are going to be to make that happen, the number of hours that you want to invest into your business, and that will give you exactly how much you need to charge, which will give you exactly your target market, the people that have that amount of money and they're available at that time. And then you can set up a business that is going to put you into a position where you can be financially free, not having to struggle. And I'll share it again. We have the most magnificent product. It adds massive value to people's lives. So if you do this, and I always ask people to trust the system, the Max program is simply common sense and logic. Create a beautiful product, make sure that it adds value to people's lives, create it and give it to people in a way that's going to make them say wow. So that the simple part of business is find a problem, create the solution, and create a wow experience. That's for all businesses. But our product and service, there is a massive challenge. There's a massive problem with sickness, disease, depression, obesity, coronary heart disease, type 2 diabetes, all these horrible things that we can add value to and help prevent and cure. By doing that, we then create we've got the answer to that. So there's the problem, we've got the solution, and now all we have to do is find a way to give that to the people that want it in a special way that makes them say wow and they want to invest money into our business. It's a very simple process. That's what the Max program's all about. That's what your personal coaching is all about. That's what we're here for, to make sure that you can literally choose your own hours, be your own boss, go on holidays when it suits you, earn the amount of money that you want to earn, invest time with the people that you want to invest time with, and really love what you do every single day. Wouldn't that be awesome?